An ivory moon has long since descended on a vastly sleeping world. The void is all around, and waking beings build their isolated dreamscapes of late-night coffee and quiet introspection. The dead of night has come, yet all the while your electrostatic radiophonic machine carries electromagnetic waves of lonely frequencies to your silent ears. And you find that you are now listening to The Midnight Show. Some people believe that there is in fact a multiverse, that our universe isn't the only one, but that rather there is an infinite number of alternate or parallel universes, each going on similarly to ours, but each different from ours. I, for one, don't believe this theory to be true, and I think that it's instead simply science fiction. Nonetheless, it's an interesting concept, and a thought-provoking one, and one I find myself strangely fascinated by. Because if there was a multiverse, and it was truly and genuinely infinite, that would mean that every possibility and impossibility would, in at least one reality, be certainty. There'd be a universe where water is red and the trees speak. There'd be a universe where humans have 7 eyes and outer space does not exist. There'd be a universe where I am a human, and you, dear listener, are a vampire, instead of the other way around. You see, in a truly infinite multiverse, everything would exist somewhere, and nothing would exist somewhere. In a truly infinite multiverse full of truly infinite possibilities and probabilities and certainties, there would be a universe where all characters who are fictional in our universe are real, and all people who are real in our universe are fictional. There'd be a universe where nothing exists, and there'd be a universe where the multiverse does not exist. There'd be a universe where thought is physical and action is merely conceptual. There'd be a universe where you and I know each other. A universe where we're close friends. A universe where we're the worst of enemies. Instead, we are simply strangers in this, the only real universe, as far as any of us can know. But, if you continue to listen, if you continue to allow your ears to be filled with the vocal emanations of my voice and the voices of the others who shall make their passing appearances on this show and be known and then gone once more unto the ether of our existence, then possibly, just possibly, you and I shall become closer, and you shall find in this show a kind of tilted solace. Now, it's time for a word from our sponsors.
Hey, Bert, come on out and meet all these nice people, please. Oh, all right. We really can't blame you. You see, Bert is a very, very careful fellow. When there's danger, this is the way he keeps from being hurt. Sometimes it even saves his life. That's why these children are practicing to duck and cover just as you do in your school. We all know the atomic bomb is very dangerous. Since it may be used against us, we must get ready for it, just as we are ready for many other dangers that are around us all the time. Fire is a danger. It can burn whole buildings if someone is careless. But we are ready for fires. We have a fine fire department to put out the fire, and you have fire drills in your school so you know what to do. Automobiles can be dangerous, too. They sometimes cause bad accidents, but we are ready. We have safety rules that car drivers and people who are walking must obey. Now, we must be ready for a new danger, the atomic bomb.
Once upon a time, in 1981, a game was created that enthralled all who played it. The game's name was Polybius, and one day it found its way into arcades all over Portland, Oregon. No one knew where it came from. No one knew who had made it. But there it was, and so, before long, it began to be played by unassuming children who knew naught of its unique nature. They began to play it, and they continued to play it, and before long this game, this creation of some unknown being or beings, had become like an addiction, like a virus. Kids who played it wanted only to play it, and they fought with each other for the opportunity to play it. None of them knew why, of course. None of them knew why. But the kids couldn't always play it every day. When it grew late enough, when the sun died and night was born, the arcades would close, and the children, the addicts, the infested, would have to leave and return to their homes. And when that happened, it left the game free and alone. That's how things were every night. Yes, that's how things were, that is, until midnight every night. Until this time, this moment, this instant, long ago in the past, that reverberates and echoes through the corridors of time to the present like at that time of night is when they would arrive. The men in their black suits. At least everyone thought they were men. The truth is unclear and dimly viewed. Regardless, these men, or if not men, beings, would arrive, and they would enter the arcades, and they would go over to the game, to the machine, to Polybius, and they would collect something from it. Information, most likely. Data collected and stored throughout the day, although what kind of information, what kind of data, no one can say for sure. Some say the game was testing kids' responses to its psychoactive effects. Some say the kids who played it began to suffer from amnesia, insomnia, and hallucinations like this. Regardless, about a month after it arrived, the children walked into their arcades one day to find that it had vanished overnight, gone without a trace. No one knew what they were talking about when they mentioned it. No record of it existed anywhere. But they knew deep within themselves that it had existed, that Polybius was real and that it was now gone. At least, that's how the story goes. Who can say whether it's the truth?
To the listener who hears my words across the airwaves, heed this message. You will soon find yourself at a crossroads. If you choose one option, things shall go well for you, and yours shall be a long and happy life. If you choose the other, however, you shall meet with a great and lasting agony that shall be with you for all of your days. But you will not know which fate is which until after you have already made your choice.
Putting in the Seed by Robert Frost. You come to fetch me from my work tonight when supper's on the table, and we'll see if I can leave off bearing the white, soft petals fallen from the apple tree. Soft petals, yes, but not so barren quite, mingled with these smooth bean and wrinkled pea. And go along with you ere you lose sight of what you came for and become like me, slave to a springtime passion for the earth. How love burns through the putting in the seed, on through the watching from that early birth, when, just as the soil tarnishes with weed, the sturdy seedling with arched body comes, shouldering its way and shedding the earth crumbs. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Because nothing is as it seems, and the crows are all aflight.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You'll excuse the fact that I'm out of breath, but about 10 or 15 minutes ago, a tragic thing, from all indications at this point, has happened in the city of Dallas. Let me quote to you this, and you'll excuse me if I am out of breath. A bulletin. This is from the United Press from Dallas. President Kennedy and Governor John Connally have been cut down by assassins' bullets in downtown Dallas. They were riding in an open automobile when the shots were fired. The president, his limp body carried in the arms of his wife Jacqueline, has rushed to Parkland Hospital. And if you'll excuse me if I give some directions and we talk about what we're going to do here for the next few minutes, but Bobby, let's tape this, if you please, particularly the interview with the eyewitness people. It is being taped good. Here's a piece of copy that was rushed to me and was torn off from the United Press in Dallas. President Kennedy has been shot in Dallas, Texas. He was shot as a motorcade left downtown Dallas. And as he turned left, 2 or 3 shots rang out. We thought they were firecrackers until... I thought they did until the last shot rang out and we heard people screaming. And we rushed over in time to see a policeman standing behind one of the fire posts, looking around as if for some place to shoot, someone to shoot at. I'd like to remind you here that as the news comes into the newsroom, we will be on the air. We'll have our eyewitness people here in just a moment. Vicki, would you see if they need some coffee or something? These people are awfully shaken up. They come awfully close. They were in the line of fire.
I will say a word. You will then reply with the first word that comes into your head. Do you understand? Then we will begin. Forage. Treetop. Awake. Existence. Mask. Shadow. Room. Ball. Music. Arm. Face. Coffee. Sound. Diamond. Art. Nothing. Sun. Spectre. Captain. Thrush. Pool. Motor. Average. Doorway. Bookcase. Death. Sugar. Maker. America. Spectator. Washer. Flat. Garage. Holland. North. Lake. Table. Roulette. Western. Spider. Fiction. Carpet. Reality. Grass. Midnight. Once I had a dream that I was on the air of the network vacuums and nothing was around me, but I could see it. And I was at the college and there were these two others like me. That is, I think they were at least, and we were somewhere. It might have been a boathouse or a garage. It was a place. A somewhere place, but not a truly real one. It was one that exists and existed and will continue to exist only in that place, in that dream, in that unwaking, and we were there, and the door to the walk-in freezer might have been a bank vault door, and I didn't know what lay behind, but in a picture that I could see, I stood holding in my right hand my harpoon for hunting something, I suppose, and in my left I held the hand of someone else. I don't know who she was or is, but I was pulling her up or leading her somewhere. I suppose she only exists in that dream world as well, most likely because I don't know her. That is, I've never met her or seen her, at least as far as I can remember, but you know, memory's odd sometimes, and maybe who knows, but at least I don't think she's real. And even if she was, I don't know what the connection was. That is, I mean, I don't know why I was leading her somewhere or pulling her up. I don't know where I was leading her to or where I was pulling her up to, and I don't know why I was wearing a blue metal suit with a copper eagle on it. It wasn't a space suit or a suit of armor like a knight's, like Lancelot's or Percival's. In fact, I remember thinking it was a diving suit, which would fit with the harpoon, obviously, except that I don't think it really was a diving suit. I don't, because it didn't have a helmet, and because I haven't seen diving suits in real life, and because I've seen diving suits in real life, or at least I've seen pictures of them, the image of them, and so I know what they look like, or at least what they're supposed to look like, and this was not that. This was something else. I don't know what it was, but I thought it was a diving suit, and I was standing up on a rock, and I suppose this was a cliff, and I don't know who was supposed to have been taking the pictures, not pictures plural, because you see there was also this other picture in my dream right beside the main one. In fact, that was smaller and more of a portrait of just me in my diving suit or whatever it was, holding the harpoon, and I don't know what the purpose of them was or the context, and I don't even think I knew in the dream. And I don't think I even knew who the girl was in the dream or who she had been, since the pictures were older before the actual time I was in the dream. Were the pictures of an older dream? I don't remember that older dream. If they are, I don't think I had a dream before like that, and even if I did, why would I see pictures of it in this new dream? What would be the point of that? Was my brain trying to remind me of that dream that I'd forgotten for some reason? Is it important? Will I need to remember it for some reason soon? Is it an important dream that I never should have forgotten, but I did, and so now my own body is trying to remind me of it before it's too late, if it isn't already too late, that is. I don't know.
Oh.
4, 8, 19, 32,075, 9, 0, 3, 86, 17, 60, 53,000, 2005, 1, 4, 9, 80, 4, 7, 90, 60, 4,235, 42, 36, 400, 631,456,314, 62, 3.
We are back now, dear listener. You and I, just as it was at the beginning of this show. Or is it? Are you still you, dear listener? Or have you become someone else? Am I still me, for that matter? Did you hear me what now seems so long ago, speaking unto you of infinite possibilities, or have you gone and been replaced by someone new, someone else, someone other, someone who now hears my voice as I speak and does not know me? The answer is unknown to me. If you are still you, dear listener, then I thank you for your time. I thank you for your patience. I thank you for your existence in this, the only reality known to us. And if you are someone else, dear listener, and you know not of who I am or who you once were, then I can only hope that you will remain here until the end, which is coming very soon now, I think. I can feel it, and I hope that you will return here when next this time comes. But for now, you are here, and I am here, and I am a stranger to you, and I am familiar to you, and you, dear listener, are to me what a cat once was to Schrödinger. But maybe, in another universe, if such things do exist, maybe we are the closest of friends. The stage is fading. The words grow faint and far askew. Something is happening. The world is turning and time is passing on its hyperactive, restless course onwards. All our dreams must be left behind. Silence is the key to the future of the night. You hear these sounds, this voice, and think it to be human. It is not. It is only an illusion, a hallucination that has been crafted by your slumbering mind in this dream of your subconscious making. You are asleep. You are dreaming, but now you begin to wake, and as you do, you know that it is time to say farewell to the midnight show. This is David Shade signing off.